Give me a little bit about yourself, Ciaran, what you do for a living, and we'll take it from there, buddy.
So I'm a project manager, senior engineer for a fire and security company. So work mostly in commercial. So anything you can think, fire and security, CCTV, intruder alarms, fire alarms, that sort of stuff. So I'm sort of on the cusp of the senior engineering into project management. So running quite large scale projects. So it's quite intense when we've got some big customers that are very demanding. So it's quite a
good man. And prior to working with us, then where was you at physically, emotionally? Just give me a little bit of background about that.
So this year's been quite a big year. So I'd lost quite a bit of weight before I'd joined the group. So I'd lost a lot. I'd lost just over 5 stone. Yeah. And then I was training from home. So doing a lot of running, a lot of cross training. I've got some weights, so barbell complexes and stuff like that. And yeah, I kind of got to the point where I plateaued. So I was losing pounds and pounds and pounds, but I was gaining nothing. I was looking quite gaunt, actually. Wasn't really gaining any muscle anywhere. Wasn't feeling any sort of. I wasn't physically able to lift anything heavier. So as the weeks went on, it just got to the point where I felt like I needed to change things up. And actually, one of my friends had reposted something on Facebook saying, you know, this is the guy. This is the man around here that'll sort you out. So I had a quick look at that, and decided that I think this looked like the best way of me being able to change up a bit of what I was doing because we all work. We're all not experts, so this is why you pay for experts to come in. Your business will pay for an expert to come in. Fire and security, pay for me to come to CCTV. Won't pay me to come get you thinner.
And why did you decide then to sort of invest in a coach? Then why do you feel like you needed someone else's help? What was the sort of pain point or reason why that you decided?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the pool of knowledge, really, because I think a lot of this game of losing weight and trying to be healthy and all that is the mental side of it. I think being mentally strong, but also having the tools in your mind to know what's going to get you the biggest gains or what's going to get you to the point that you want to be. And I think working with somebody that does this for a living, they do this day in, day out. They see loads of different people and everybody's different. So having somebody with a pool of knowledge that will be able to say, right, okay, this is where you are. This is what we think we need to do. This is how I think we need to do it. And then putting your trust in them to do it. So I wanted to, so busy, you troll through YouTube videos with 50 or 60 different trainers, all rubbishing each other, all telling each other that they're doing it wrong. This is how you need to do it. And this is how you need to do it. And then the next person say the same thing and say the same thing. But the actual evidence of what they're saying isn't there. They don't, you don't see the results of the people that are working with them. So I wanted, the tangibility of that has got results from this with different people. They have a proven method of what they do, and it works. Yeah.
I've got you, man. I completely agree with you there. The fitness industry is definitely complicated enough, and then you get some colourful characters who obviously want to complicate it even further. Talk about what you've achieved then. You've worked with us for the last 8 weeks, I believe. What's changed since then, and what have you achieved?
So, in terms of body, this has physically changed. My measurements are totally different. And there's muscle groups I didn't even know I had, and that just purely from the pain. But physically, I'm different. I'm stronger. I've got more stamina. But the other side of things is that my job's quite mentally intensive. There's things I can't miss from drawings, from customer specifications and things like that. So actually being more awake during the day, I feel like I've got more energy. I think that, before, wind back 12 months, I may have just about have been able to run down the road with my kids on their bikes, and I'd have probably been suffering for 3 days after just one sprint.
Yeah.
Now it's, you know, yeah, I don't even think about it. The difference in my physical is ridiculous. But the other thing is the mental side of this, that when we first spoke, I spoke to you about some problems I was having, mental issues and confidence, and I almost beat myself up about things. And from the conversations we had, you gave me more tools on understanding why those things are happening, and helping me to sort of categorize things in what's important and what isn't important. And I never looked at it like that before, because I spent so much time trying to please everybody and then please nobody. And it got to the point where, you know, what's positive, what isn't positive for me, and having, you know, that to help me was just massive. And I mean, the difference in 8 weeks for me to just sort of have more even to talk like this, you know, a year ago I wouldn't have sat on a call like this. I'd have been like that, just so you couldn't see my
I get that feeling from you, to be fair, and that's what makes me proud, because now look at you sat in front of the camera, shoulders back, talking without sort of pausing, and just flowing with passion.
No, it's great.
Yeah, man. Let me just ask you the last question. And so, what would you say to someone, or what advice would you give to someone who sat in your seat, initially sat in your seat right at the beginning, who's sat on the fence about making that decision? What would you say to them, having, you know, gone through what you've been through?
I'd say go for it with them. One of my regrets is not doing it earlier, because I think that although my weight loss and my physical change was really quick. I started in March. I lost 6 stone by August, so that's quite a massive weight loss. But with that sort of weight loss comes other issues, and with, you know, sagging skin and things like that, because your body just can't adjust to it as quick. Although those sort of things are being fixed now from the actual work that we do as, you know, part of the group. I'd say to somebody, you're not an expert at this. Everybody can diet, but can everyone stick to it? Yeah. You know, who's there on your shoulder saying, do this, give yourself this, you know, try this, you know, if that doesn't work, try this. Who's mentoring that to do that? And then, and I've got to say that, you know, I think anybody that wants to be active and go to the gym, brilliant, brilliant. But what's sustainable? What are your goals? What, you know, and I think that anybody that sat on the fence, that would be thinking, do I, don't I, do it? You never know until you do it. You've not lost anything. If anything, you'll gain. Yeah, definitely. One of the sayings that the biggest regret is a decision you made 10 years ago, but then the second time you regret is making a decision, or not making a decision now. So learn from that mistake, and like you say, wasted time. It's never going to be wasted money, but wasted time that you can't get back. And like you say, all you're going to do is lose out. But yeah, awesome, Ciaran, mate. Thanks for sharing. Cheers, man. Cheers, mate. No worries. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.